Hey YouTube, welcome to Guy's Got Pipes. I'm that guy and I've got pipes. Welcome to the first edition of this new channel. It's a brand new thing that I'm doing to expand my hobby of pipe smoking. If you're watching this video, I really appreciate it. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button down below. And if for some reason there's something that you like about my delivery or what you're hearing on the show, I'll love a subscription. But first of all, I want to thank my first subscriber who subscribed before there was ever anything on the channel. He just subscribed out of his goodness of his heart because he's a really great member of the YouTube pipe community. And that's Matches860. Gives some great tips. I love to watch him. And I'm going to borrow a little bit from his style of delivery and his storytelling. And there are a few other people that I'll mention along the way that I've built, my ideas from to deliver on this show. So I'll be talking to you hopefully about once a week. We'll discuss pipes, tobaccos, we'll do some reviews, and I'll tell a few stories. A little bit about myself. I currently live in Phoenix, Arizona. I work in marketing as a copywriter, and before that, mainly the bulk of my career was as a radio sportscaster for a network in the United States based out of Washington, D.C. And in my 24 years in D.C. and in the radio business, I covered pretty much anything that any sports fan would love to be in person to attend, such as Super Bowls, World Series, Olympics. I covered 6 Olympics, 10 World Series. So I pretty much accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish in the broadcast field. In Washington, D.C. in the late 2000s became kind of just a very tight place to be, and I was tired of the East Coast grind. So I moved the family out to Arizona and been here about 6 years now. So anyways, I told you I worked as a DJ before that, and this whole thing about Guys Got Pipes, well, that's kind of a play on words in that people who have been broadcasters, disc jockeys, what have you, if they have any voice talent, they might say, oh, that guy's got good pipes, sign him up. Excuse me. So wouldn't you know, a frog in my throat on my first video. But anyway, that's how the whole pipes thing, pipes, this pipe, and of course these pipes, and that's how I came upon the name Guys Got Pipes. Now, how I got into pipe smoking, my father was a pipe smoker. Most people say their grandfathers. Well, for me, it was my father, who's deceased. I remember him smoking a pipe a lot as a child. I think he mentioned burley a lot, so it was some sort of a burley blend, and I think it was an aromatic. I don't recall smelling, the smoky aromas of Latakias or English blends. I think Dad smoked aromatics, and he smoked some really cool billiards, straight billiards. They weren't very expensive pipes, as I found out. I had a few of them restored, and we'll mention that, the restoration of pipes further along in the channel as we get along into more videos. But if you have any pipes lying around that were your relatives, please get them restored. It's a relatively innovative procedure, and the pipes come out looking just marvelous. Why don't I light up? I thought for my first video, I'd start with a very basic tobacco, probably the top seller right now of all time, and that's Lane 1Q. So if you're a beginning pipe smoker, I highly recommend you check out Lane 1Q. It's mild, has a very nice room note, not much tongue bite at all, unless you're really freight train on it. And the pipe is a Brigham that I got a couple weeks ago. I saw it on one of the online retail sites and thought, intriguing. It has a system in it called a distillator system, which is like a long wooden rod through here that filters the smoke and absorbs a lot of the moisture. Having trouble getting this one to stay lit, but as you beginning pipe smokers will understand, that's quite common. I think I have this one. So as I was saying, Dad was a pipe smoker, and later in life, he developed early onset Alzheimer's. He was 54 when he was diagnosed, and I am 54. So I guess maybe I'm doing this for Dad. Obviously, every time I pick up a pipe, I think of Dad. I think Dad had better luck at keeping his pipe lit. Kind of embarrassing for my first show. Believe me, I don't usually have a problem like this. Might be because I'm talking too much. As you can see, it gives off a nice white billow of smoke. So, it's kind of paying homage to Dad each time I pick up a pipe. But about a year ago this time, I really got into it again. Went down to a tobacco store in Phoenix called Ye Olde Pipe Shop. Great place in Phoenix. If you're ever in town, I strongly suggest you drop by and look at their selection of tobaccos and pipes and meet some of the guys there. When I was in shopping for my first pipe there, it was a basket pipe. And one of the kind men there, one of the old timers, invited me over and said, hey, we have a Saturday pipe club that meets here every week, and we sit around, talk, and smoke pipes, and you're welcome to join us. And to me, that was just wonderful. I was at a time in my life when I could have used some male bonding and have a new hobby. So I remember going to the shop that day and sitting down and really enjoying myself. Haven't gone recently over the past few months because I've had other things happen in my life that have kept me from going, but I do plan to go back. But anyway, sitting around that table and discussing pipes with the different guys from all walks of life and all ages and nationalities. It was a great diverse crowd. It is a diverse crowd, wonderful crowd. And just felt wonderful to talk about pipes, get tips, taste different tobaccos. Everyone shares. That's one of the great things about pipe smoking, is the sharing. And if you're new to the hobby, I strongly suggest that you can hopefully scope out a pipe shop in your town. And if you aren't able to check out a pipe shop, listen to podcasts, take part in some live streams, and you'll almost feel like you're part of the community, if not the real community, the YouTube pipe community. And it's still it's still wonderful to be a part of the YTPC. As there's some great bonding in that. So my plans for this channel are to review pipes and tobaccos as they come along, and I don't know, I'm probably going to gear this channel to more beginners and intermediate pipe smokers because I consider myself a little bit past beginner and more into intermediate, and I think we can learn together as we go along. I'm not going to preach about certain pipe techniques. I feel as long as it works for you, go ahead and do it. If a tobacco tastes good to you, don't be embarrassed. If you like cherry tobacco or you like drugstore tobacco, smoke it. Smoke whatever you like. As long as it's legal, I guess, right? So I'll be passing along some things that I have learned over the past few years, tell some stories from my broadcast career. Maybe I'll talk about trudging through the snow in the Italian Alps during the 2006 Olympics, or wandering the back alleys of Beijing in 2008. But obviously, there's a lot of ground to cover on this show. We'll look at some of my pipes later on. I'll show you my collection, a growing collection. It's not very big at all. Others like Matches and Mutton Chop, who I also recommend you watch, have such wonderful collections, and others too. And mine's about 25, 30 pipes right now. But as I say, it's slowly growing. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing on Guys Got Pipes. I'd love to hear your comments, questions. If you want to know something about my career as a sportscaster or disc jockey, I'll tell you as much as I can. If you're an aspiring broadcaster, I'll give you some tips. Quite honestly, right now, I would not get in the business because the media is a very shrinking and changing world. So be careful which way you go if you're young and starting out. And when the show comes on, light up a bowl yourself and smoke along with me. I'd love it. So I want to also pay credit to, as I said, Mutton Chop Piper. I love your show, Mutton Chop. Watch it all the time. I strongly suggest everyone get involved in the Blend Club and watch Mutton Chop's monthly reviews of various blends. Very informative, very educational for a novice or a new piper, intermediate pipe smoker. And one of my favorites also is Eddie Gray, who has a channel, The Pipe Nook. Eddie Gray is also one of the guys who inspired me to get involved in the YTPC. I've been a customer of The Pipe Nook and love his customer service and just love everything about his videos as well. So I want to thank you all for inspiring me to start this channel, and hope you subscribe. And leave your comments, your tips, suggestions in the comment section below. I want to thank you again for tuning in. And until next time, I want to say peace, love, and pleasant smokes.